able-bodied people who were willing to work and willing to do what was right, but they couldn't because they were so hungry. And so the end of this is that 2 million Irish people came to the United States because of this. And so in some ways we got a benefit because we got 2 million extra people in the United States. And 2 million people came to the United States, and with all of those people gone, they quit farming as much in Ireland and started grazing more livestock there. So they grazed more livestock there. So the Irish potato famine is something that we have a lot of links to, but I want you to think about it and think about the people in our world who are starving today and think about how we can help them, because we don't want to be like those British landowners where we have so much and we're not willing to share, especially after the Irish people had worked for them for generations so hard. So that's basically the Irish potato famine, and there are more resources below to learn more about this. Okay? Cool. All right, now let's go on to Frederick Douglass. We have 4 cards this week. Let's go. But you can do it. I know you can. So get out another card and let's do it quickly. Frederick Douglass was an abolitionist. Where can we link him to? Let's go and let's go to William Penn, who was a Quaker, fond of Pennsylvania, and the Quakers were major abolitionists. Let's put abolitionists up, along with a picture of Frederick Douglass. And so think about this. We had slavery in the country we could have gotten rid of in the Constitution, but no, we didn't do that. Then we've had the Compromise of 1820, which was just a pacification. People are beginning to wake up in our country now and realize that God would have never wanted slavery. Finally, and we have abolitionists. And Frederick Douglass was an abolitionist, and he was a great writer, and he was an enslaved man. So you think about this excellent writer. A lot of people in the South said that Africans that had come over here and were enslaved could not learn to be literate and read and write. Well, that's like so stupid and untrue. It's unbelievable. And they had all of these prejudices, and it's so important that we realize that when we say things that are ridiculous about a people group, that is just wrong. So Frederick Douglass was an abolitionist. He was a newspaper writer, and he was born in 1818. Let's put him up here. 1818, and he died in 1895. And he escaped from slavery when he was just 20 years old, and he went on to become an anti-slavery advocate and activist. He has 3 autobiographies. Let's put them up there. Boop, boop, boop. Autobiographies are books that you write about yourself. And he even went to Europe and spoke about his books for a couple of years because he was afraid that the man who thought he owned him, which is ridiculous, would try to get him. And he also wrote a newspaper, and the newspaper is right down there. He wrote a newspaper called the North Star. So this is a man who was homeschooled, and he escaped from being enslaved, and he went on to become an amazing prolific writer. And some of the things that he wrote, I'm going to have them go up here, and they're going to go down. Some of the things that he wrote were the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave. He wrote My Bondage and My Freedom, and the Life and Times of Frederick Douglass. And these were excellent works that showed what it was like to be an enslaved. Frederick Douglass would go around and he would give speeches, and he was very persuasive in telling people that slavery should not be in existence. And this was dangerous for him, because you think about it, the man who thought he owned him, which is the most ridiculous concept on the planet, who thought he owned him could have tried, or did try many times, to capture him as he went about his speaking. And so Frederick Douglass was an extremely brave man. Frederick Douglass wrote the newspaper, the North Star. Can you put these up? He met with Abraham Lincoln 2 times. He was a huge advocate of anti-slavery. He escaped enslavement himself. He wrote 3 books, and he helped recruit African-American troops for the United States Civil War. And afterwards, he was a member of the Republican Party because as we know, Abraham Lincoln was part of the Republican Party and he was very much against slavery. And as part of that, he was appointed as a marshal, as a recorder of deeds for the District of Columbia, and he was also a minister to Haiti. He helped with the Republican Party in Haiti, or he helped as a minister through our United States government in Haiti. So overall, Frederick Douglass was an amazing man who was homeschooled, got out of slavery by escaping, and he became a prolific writer and a great proponent of freeing enslaved people. Okay? Good job on your cards for this week. I'm very proud of you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.